Baldwinsville Bees Boys Lacrosse team. Please give them a round of applause. Show them some love. So we got the captains up here tonight. We're going to do 2 and 2. So we got Anthony Nicolucci and Greg Marinelli. Please give Anthony and Greg a round of applause. Show your captains some support. So I think there's Italian blood on 100% of this table, right? Right now, it all ends in a vowel. Tortora, Nicolucci, Marinelli. I like it. So, Anthony, I'm going to start with you. What's your favorite part of being Italian?
Definitely the food.
Yeah, the food? Yeah. All right. Who's cooking at home?
Mom.
Mom's cooking it. What's she making? What's your favorite thing that Mom makes?
Probably pasta and meatballs.
Pasta
Classic.
and meatballs?
Yeah.
All right, keep it simple.
Yeah.
Greg, what about you? Who's cooking at home?
Dad is.
Dad's cooking. Where's Dad?
Bald guy back there.
All right, there's Dad. All right. And your mom is right here? Yeah. Right in front of us, okay? Because Mom helped me get everything set up. Thank you, Mom. Appreciate it. So, Dad in the back for you, Greg. What's he making?
He makes a pretty good steak sandwich.
Makes a pretty good steak sandwich. All right. Does he put the marinara sauce on the side? Does he do that so you could dunk it in the red sauce or no?
No, I'm pretty plain, just steak and cheese.
Just steak and cheese. Yeah. No peppers, no onions, no ketchup.
Nope, nothing.
No mushrooms. Nope. Steak and cheese.
Yep.
Keep it simple.
Yep.
All right. What cheese are you putting on it? At least like provolone or no? American cheese?
No, just American cheese.
Just American cheese. There you go. Talking about being Italian and you just Americanized this table right now. All right, so we're a few games into the season. You guys got a ton of opportunities left and hopes, obviously, postseason-wise moving forward. Anthony, I'm going to start with you here. Of these first few games that you've taken in, what can you say about where the team is at this point from what you've seen?
Well, I would say that our team this year has faced a little bit more adversity than maybe previous years, and I think the way we responded to it in practice is something that, like, we're getting better every single week, which is something that's good, and we go in through games and then we work on like what we need to fix.
And we're used to seeing not only Baldwinsville Bees Boys Lacrosse, but also girls lacrosse win championships, right?
Yeah.
So you said you're going through some of this adversity early on. What can that do to help build a team that's set to make a run late?
Well, I think the thing with the adversity is once we kind of all band together and get through it, it's just going to make us stronger in the end. So I think that's going to help us out.
Greg, for you, what's been maybe a fork in the road this season where you feel like the team took the right direction?
I feel like from week one, like we weren't completely there as a team, but we're trying to get to that championship level. And I would say probably after that JD game, I mean, we had a tough loss against JD. I think next practice, the boys want to come ready, build from that, and I think we keep taking steps forward from that.
You said you felt like in the beginning you weren't completely there. Why?
We were still trying to put the pieces together. I mean, we had some younger guys step in bigger roles, and I just think after the first game, younger guys got more confidence. You know, our team started clicking better together.
So you got the team right off camera here. Who's one of those young guys, Greg? I'll start with you, that you feel like has really stepped it up and impressed you so far.
My man Bicer. Bice.
All right, why?
No, I think, I'll be honest with my man Bice. I think at first he was a little nervous, like when he first got out there, but now he's getting comfortable in the offense and he's playing really well right now.
Okay, so getting comfortable out there. Anthony, for you, who's the guy that stood out to you?
Well, this guy's not a young guy, but I got Trevor Valenti.
Okay. All right, why?
Well, he's in a spot that he never was previously. Like, he's starting on defense now, and I think he's really stepped into that role well. Like, and I think he's actually making a big difference for us.
So for you, looking at the team now, as you have so many more, like I said, opportunities coming up, what's been the bright spot, your favorite part of the 2024 season?
What I'd say is my favorite part is just how we're able to like pull through close games to the end. Like we beat Aronico in overtime recently, and we also beat FM by 1. So I think those close, like really tight games, like our ability to pull through those is probably my favorite.
So those tight wins where you just got it out at the end.
Yeah.
Greg, for you, do you have a moment or two this season that has really been one of those spots that you maybe lean on when you're having that adversity, you're having that tough moment that you remind yourself of?
I would say, like Anthony said, the Irondequoit game. I feel like we really came together at the end of that game and pull out a win. We've had a couple of close games. FM was a one-goal game. We're just doing a good job at pulling out games.
So before we get back into the season and what's coming up, you know that up here every year we like to get to know your teammates through your eyes. So Greg, tell me which one of your teammates, if you got electrocuted and you're laying on the ground, which one of your teammates would you trust to be able to bring the paddles over and shock you back to life? Who would you trust? We got one teammate jumping up and down in the back over here.
Joey Saraceni.
Why do you trust him to be a lifesaver?
He's a madman.
He's a madman? All right. So you just trust him to do whatever it takes?
Yes. Yeah, I trust him.
Okay. All right. Anthony, for you, if your car broke down on 81, who would you trust to not only come out and get you, but to push your car to a safe place? Who would you trust?
I'm taking Trevor Miller.
Okay. All right. Why? Why?
I'm taking Trevor because he's just a nice kid, and I think he would go out of his way to help me out, and like he would actually work hard to help me get out of my spot.
Okay. So conversely, who do you think would be most likely to have less air in their tire, not fill it, and blow a tire on the highway, Anthony?
Dylan Garcia, 100%.
He didn't even have to think about that one. All right, why Dylan? Why Dylan?
Well, Dylan just has some issues with the car every once in a while, so
Okay.
I just decided to say him.
So he's had issues with the car before. All right. All right, Greg. For you, who is it on the team that you think would sleep through 5 alarms?
Oliver Lyman.
Okay. Okay. So
You could hit him in the face and you wouldn't wake up.
really?
Yeah.
Okay. So he's just the deepest sleeper on the team?
Yeah, yeah.
If you guys are on a road trip, well, is he prone to fall asleep and not hear anything that's going on?
Oh, yeah, he could fall asleep in any position.
In any position, so standing up, anything. So
Yes.
do you guys try interesting ways of waking him up ever, or
Oh, yeah, for sure.
what's been the most interesting way of trying to wake him up?
Well, we're live right now, so I don't think there's some stuff we can't say.
Is there a PG way that you've tried to wake him up before? You did say slap him in the face.
Yeah, I would say that. Like,
Okay.
Definitely hitting him.
Okay.
Yeah. One time I woke up my friend Anthony Nicolucci with pizza sauce and mozzarella cheese all over his face.
All over his face. Okay. So you're making his face into a pizza.
Yeah, yeah.
And you slept through most of this?
I know, I woke up right away.
Okay.
I was just soaked in sauce.
What was your reaction to Greg doing that to you?
Well, I had no idea what was going on because when you wake up, you're just like,
Yeah.
out of it. So I sat up and I looked at myself, and there's just cheese and sauce all in my hair. And then I took a shower right away.
What inspired you, Greg, to do such a thing?
I saw it on social media. I just wanted
That's always something to never listen to. So, yeah. Not good. Was it on TikTok?
Yeah, it was.
Of course it was. Of course it was. So, I'm going to ask this question. I feel like I'm going to get a very emotional answer in one direction. But I saw this get asked today, and I want to know. So, I want by cheers for either or. So, I'll do one at a time. Yes, we should. No, we shouldn't. Should we keep TikTok in America by a round of applause?
Yeah.
Should we get rid of TikTok? It's kind of like even. It's even right now. So it's a 50-50 shot right now. So do you guys both use it? You both do?
Yeah.
Do you use it for positive things other than pizza sauce challenges?
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay. Anthony, what do you use it for?
Well, I use it just to like scroll through and watch, and obviously like if I'm gonna post something, it's just something fun. Like it's not like anything crazy. It's just like something with my friends. It's fun.
Yeah. I think the thing with TikTok is that I like to put out inspirational, positive things,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I put out a positive message, and it reached 300 people. And then I put out that I had left my Coca-Cola bottle in the car, and it was frozen. So I put it in the microwave to heat up the soda. That reached over 4,400 people. So that's why TikTok makes me sad. 10 seconds heating up a Coca-Cola bottle versus an inspirational message. The difference of 4,000 people. Greg, how do you use it positively? I don't use it anymore, by the way. But
I don't know like how I use it positively, but like when I'm bored, I just scroll on TikTok.
Okay.
You know, I go on my For You page, just look it up.
So some of the
stuff.
there's some dance challenges, right?
Yeah.
So who on your team would you pick to do a dance-off between each other? Two people. Greg, you start.
Aiden Lyman and Trevor Stoughton.
Okay.
They do it. They got good dance off. They get good dance offs going.
So we've seen these before?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
We should do one right now.
Anthony, who would you pick?
Well, I'd say the same thing, but just because he already said it, I would say Aiden Lyman versus Brandon Dusky.
Okay. Why the change?
Just to switch it up, and Dusky and Aiden kind of have a little practice rivalry, so it would be fun to incorporate that.
All right, fair enough. So before we jump into rapid fire, Coach isn't here, but he begged me for you to put him on the hot seat. No, I didn't. But I want to know something good about Coach. We normally do that with Coach in the building, but tell me something good about your head coach, Anthony. I'll start with you.
Well, I think Coach, one thing that's good about him is during practice, he always makes sure we're working hard, and if we're slacking, he lets us know right away. But he doesn't scream at us and put us down. Like, he just motivates us, and then he gets us back on track.
So doesn't have to scream at you, but can find a way to get through to you.
Yeah.
To go off of that, what is one thing you've seen him do as a father that you would take as advice?
Well, I haven't really seen him do much, because he likes to keep his family, with his own life.
You get to see the little one every once in a while?
Every once in a while, like last year, we saw his wife brought his kid to some of the games, but yeah, I would just take his advice in general, because Coach Wilcox is pretty wise.
All right, I like that. I'm sure he'll appreciate that.
Yeah.
Greg, tell me something good about Coach Wilcox.
I would say that Coach Wilcox does a really good job at not only being a great coach and leading us to wins, but he also keeps it fun and, keeps all the players engaged, and we all have a good time and play lacrosse at all the same time.
So that positivity you guys both said, he doesn't have to yell to get through to you, finds a way to make it fun. What does he do in practice to change things up, to make it fun, if you guys are kind of going through a lull?
He just get into upbeat drills, and our coaching staff likes to make jokes with us and just helps us have a good time with each other.
Anthony, for you, would you say that that's the thing, or is there something else that sticks out?
Yes, that's pretty much the thing, and I would say competitive drills get the whole team going, because competing is kind of what keeps us active. So I think that's a good thing to do, and then the jokes too. Yeah.
You said competitive drills. Anthony, who is the most competitive person that you go up against in practice?
I have to say Judson Ferris.
Okay, and why?
Because I think even in practice, he takes things pretty seriously, and he always wants to come out with a win.
All right. So you go with him. Fair enough. Greg, who would you pick?
I'm always battling it out with Brady Garcia in practice.
With Brady
Always
Garcia.
guarding him
Okay.
and stuff.
What is it about that battle that you like so much?
He's a pretty good lacrosse player, so I'd say we both push each other pretty well.
All right, fair enough. So we get back into the season. We know that there's a lot of support for Baldwinsville, and there's a lot of love in the community. Anthony, I'll start with you on this. When you look out into the stands, beyond your family, beyond the people that you know, how would you describe the Bees support system?
Well, the Bees support system, I would say you can hear them as well as see them, which is a good thing, because they're always screaming and cheering for us, which really uplifts us when we're playing.
Who's the loudest parent?
I'd have to say Tyler Nilsson's dad. He's pretty loud. You
Okay.
can always hear him from the sideline.
All right. So the one you can hear on the field, right?
Yeah, I can always hear him, yeah.
Greg, for you, how would you describe the support system for the Bees?
I think that we have one of the best support systems around. Like, just our fans. Well, our parents are always there all the time, but like even like alumni, like players in the past, their parents will come to the game. They'll be loud, and I'm just thinking like we last year's state championship, we're far away, and the team we were playing, they were probably like 20 minutes away, and our support system outworked their support system. They were louder. It's just good to have.
Yeah, and can we clap it up for the parents and all of the guardians? Show them some love. So before rapid fire, you guys are both captains. So leadership is obviously got to run through you guys. You have to be an extension of Coach Wilcox and the coaching staff. Greg, tell me what it means to be a leader in your opinion.
It means a lot because when I was younger, I mean, we had great seniors leading us. Last year we had great seniors leading us, and I think leading a team is very important to guide those younger guys and get everyone on the boat and get wins.
How do you get through to people? Are you more of a vocal person? Are you more of an action person? Are you both?
I would say I do a little bit of both. I've been doing a lot more vocal this year. Last year I was more just go out and play type guy, but now I have to try to become more vocal this year.
Do you feel like that's coming along?
Yeah, I do.
Anthony, you agree?
Yeah, 100%.
So for you, leadership-wise, what does it mean to you to be a captain, Anthony?
Well, what it means to me is I would say like some people that maybe are new, like leading them to show them like what to do instead of like maybe if they don't know what to do, instead of being like getting mad at them, just showing them what to do so they can learn in like a positive manner.
So being able to, like what Coach does with you.
Yeah.
Showing you something without having to yell.
Yeah, because I think that gets through to people way more than just getting mad at them.
Yeah, I can appreciate that. So we're going to play rapid fire before we get the other two captains up here. We get to ask each other questions. Nothing is planned. We get to put each other on the hot seat. So, Anthony, you get to put me on the hot seat first. What do you got?
Well, I'll do an easy one. Like,
Okay.
what is like the craziest and or funniest thing that's happened to you doing an interview, podcast, like, etc.?
The funniest thing that's ever happened to me
Yeah.
during an interview. That's tough. I mean, I do impressions.
Yeah.
So I've been known to do impressions randomly through the show of like a character that calls the show. But something funny that happened to me. Oh my goodness. I'm trying to think. I don't know. I mean, I've had some people come on that are pretty funny, but I'm not sure. I don't know if there's been any like moment where it's been, now watch, I say this, it's something that'll happen tomorrow, but I think it's kind of like we're both just laughing in the moment. So I guess I give credit to a fellow broadcaster and writer, Ross Turetsky, who's like a brother to me. He always keeps me on my toes, always makes me laugh, and he always hits me with something that I'm not necessarily ready for. So I'd probably say Ross because I never know what's going to come out of his mouth.
All right.
So I'd probably say Ross. All right, Anthony. What's the funniest thing that's ever happened at practice this season?
Oh, I don't know. I gotta think. Can I say that? Well, I don't know. You gotta give me a second.
Or a funny moment in school. Something funny. Something that made you laugh really hard.
I'd have to say, we had a few guys get hit in the nuts at practice.
Okay.
And that was rough, but I think it was pretty funny for all of us, like me included.
Okay.
So.
There's a lot of, this has nothing to do with what you said, but there's a mullet thing that you guys do.
Yeah.
And not everybody gets involved in the mullet. Greg, you're not involved right now.
Not right now.
So I thought it was like a postseason, end of the season, but we're seeing this pretty early on in the season.
Yeah.
How many guys have committed to the mullet? I'm trying to count as we go through, but how many have committed as of this point?
Well, Trevor usually has some of that going on, but it's kind of grown out. So
Yeah.
I just got this today, so that's why.
You got, yeah, we got 1, 2, 3, 4.
He's got one right there.
Yeah, I've seen this one through here, so one back there. So, I mean, there's a few committing to. Will the whole team eventually do it?
Yes, yeah. Like come playoffs, the whole team will do it.
All right. Greg, how long are you going to wait to do it?
I usually do have a mullet by now, but I'm growing it out right now. I'm trying to get it long so I could get the side shaved off and it could form into something good.
So are you like shave it like how I have it? Are you going to shave it low like that and have the whole?
I like to fade it up on the side.
You like to fade it up?
Yeah.
All right. Greg, what's your question for me?
Who is your celebrity crush?
Who is my celebrity crush? No. I respect it, but my celebrity crush, there's a few.
All right, give me them.
They're like all different though. There's Megan Good, who's from like Think Like a Man 1 and 2. So there's Megan Good, there's Jennifer Aniston, and I'd probably say, trying to think of somebody musically, not Taylor Swift. Definitely not Taylor. So I don't even know if I got one. Probably, one of the, probably Camila Cabello.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good one.
Probably Camila
Okay.
Cabello.
That's a good
Probably
one.
say that. Yeah. She's got the Havana song, and it's a nice song. My dog's from Havana, Cuba, so it's kind of cool. So, all right, Greg, I'm gonna throw it back to you. Who is your celebrity crush, Greg?
Oh, this is tough because off my top of my head I can't really think of one.
Okay.
But No, definitely not. I'll go with the classic. I'll go with 2000, like the 2000 Megan Fox.
The Megan Fox. Okay. The Transformers.
Yeah,
Megan
Transformers Megan Fox.
Fox. Okay. All right. I respect it. Anthony, you got one more question for me. What is it?
If you had to eat one food for the rest of your life, like you can only eat this food, what food would you pick?
It would either be, and I know I've said it up here before, I'm very proud of my heritage. So I'm Hispanic and Italian. So it would either be tacos or pizza because you can keep changing it.
Yeah.
So if I had to eat it for the rest of my life, I could mix it up. And I did make homemade, not homemade shells, but I made homemade tacos a couple weeks ago. And I did like 4 days of tacos, chicken, and shrimp, and trading off back and forth. So I know I can do that every day. So I'd probably say pizza or tacos.
It's a good choice.
All right, Anthony. If your teammates had to describe you as a wing sauce, what wing sauce would they say describes your personality?
Maybe I'd have to say like honey barbecue.
Okay. Why honey barbecue?
It just seemed fitting. Like
I like
know.
that. I like that.
All right. I will say that when people don't like barbecue or honey barbecue, I think there's something wrong with them. I really do.
So there you go.
There you go. Honey barbecue. Good answer. Greg, what's your last question?
What's been like your favorite moment in sports? Like your favorite sports moment?
Favorite one to cover, watch, which?
Yeah. Or been a part of?
Yeah. I would say being at Jerry McNamara's introductory press conference down in Siena, that was really cool because him and I are, like, we've been close for a really long time. And when he came to Syracuse, I went to Scranton, so we like switched hometowns, and I met him in Scranton, which was kind of cool. But I would say being there for him because he's a friend, but I think favorite moment, I mean, watching the 2003 national championship Syracuse team because I picked them to win that year, and I was one of two people that picked them to win in my class. And we got razzed the whole time, and then when they won, everybody's high-fiving each other, and I pulled out everyone's bracket and put it on the table, and I was like, you picked Ohio State, you picked Kentucky, you picked Duke, you picked North Carolina. I said, everybody put your hands down. This is for me and my buddy. But, yeah, I mean, I would probably say 2003, and if I had to pick one more moment that stuck out to me, honestly, it's my cousin Franny plays lacrosse, and she's at Stony Brook now, and she used to obviously be here in Central New York, but we're more like brother and sister. So everybody that sees her always refers to her as my sister. And watching her play, and I never cried watching her. And when she won one of her games in her time here, she looked at me coming off the field, and I was like, "Don't do it." And she got me to cry twice. So I probably have to say for Franny, and she's been through hell and back, so she's been through a lot, and she's going to be back on the field hopefully soon.
Oh, good.
And good for her and good for our family. So my question for you, Greg, is if you were president of the United States, who would be your vice president of your teammates, and what's the first thing that you would let them do?
I have to say
Probably the guy next to me right here.
Okay, Nicolucci. All right,
Yeah.
why?
I don't know. Me and him have been buddies for a while.
Okay. What's the first thing that you would let Nicolucci do as vice president?
Oh. I don't know. I don't really know what the vice president does.
You can
What-
tell, you're the president, you can tell him to do whatever you want.
Oh, I tell him to form a couple laws that he likes, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Build up a couple laws that he wants.
Yeah.
So, Nicolucci, if he gave you free reign to just write a law, what's one thing you'd want to do?
I feel like I'd make it kind of road like the highway in Germany where there's no speed limit.
The Autobahn.
Yeah, the Autobahn, yeah. I'd make it kind of road like that in the U.S.
Yeah, maybe since they're deciding to get rid of our highway when we actually need a highway, and it makes no sense to me because I travel through the city. But now that they're getting rid of that part of the highway, maybe they should put an Autobahn there in its
that'd be
place.
nice. That'd be
All
fun.
right, that's good. Yeah, I understand nothing of what's going on, especially all the roads that are closed right now. It's not fun. But with that being said, Anthony Nicolucci, our future vice president, Greg Marinelli, our future president, myself, Dan Tortora, will be back with more from the Bees. Clap it up from Pizza Man.